Model S owners.
All right.
Actually, I lied. 36. I stand corrected. Wow.
From Washington.
Well, everyone, my name's Troy. I have the privilege of representing Tesla here for the Northwest. Pretty excited today. Why? I'm born and raised in Portland. This is the first of many to come to Portland. And again, it's a huge step for kind of the direction this company's headed in. First of all, I want to say a couple things. It's really important. We have State Representative Phil Barnhart here. Marion County Commissioner Patty Milne. Greg Olson is here with Elmer's.
Thank you.
Ashley Horvat of ODOT is here. And I know Rick and Stan are here with PGE as well. So thank you very much for being here. One thing I want to focus on right now, and it's really important to me. I've been with the company for about 4 years now. Thank you, owners, and thank you, believers. It's amazing to me. We went back in time about 3 years ago. How many people told me you can't? You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't produce a luxury sedan. You can't go 300 miles on a charge. If it weren't for you guys, we wouldn't be here today. Let me be very, very clear. It's because of you guys that we are here. It's because you guys were pushing the envelope. It's because you guys were charging at 200 miles in 30 minutes. So thank you very, very much for your support. I truly, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate it. This is for you guys. I was laughing. I was up in Burlington about a month ago when we opened our first charger up there. And I remember the days of driving a Roadster around. And I drove the Roadster all over. I drove from Portland up to Vancouver, BC, took it over to Bend, I've gone down south, I've gone all over the place. And I managed. I got 245 miles on a charge. First time I drove from Portland to Seattle, I think it cost me $4.50 of electricity. So I was jumping up and down. I definitely drank my Kool-Aid, became a believer at that moment. But over those years on these road trips, I'd have to stop and I'd charge. And I'd get about a mile a minute. So I'd have to wait for about 3 hours, right? And I was laughing so hard as Patrick and I were up at Burlington, and I had to get from Burlington, I had to be back home and get back down to Portland. So we bombed it. I didn't want to watch my speed. I didn't want to have to take my time. I wanted to get after it and get home. We stopped in Centralia for 20 minutes, got another couple hundred miles out, and we were on our way. And it's amazing to me. Again, just so amazing that this concept that so many people said we couldn't do, it's here today. In Bellevue this week, I was laughing. I was talking to a mother and her 2 children, and she mentioned something about a cassette player. And the child, and he was like 10-year-old boy, looked at her and was like, a what? And I laughed because after driving this electric car for the longest time, it's like, why would you not drive electric? And people would say, well, what, Troy, wait a minute, I can't drive electric. What the heck do I do if I want to drive cross country? I drive down to California all the time. What the heck do I do? Well, because of you guys, we're doing it. And I can tell you one thing. A couple people have asked me about this. I cannot commit to you on a specific date, but I can tell you by turkey dinner, you guys will be able to go from here all the way down to the Bay Area.
Woo!
And what that really means is by being able to go from here down to San Francisco, you really will be able to go from Canada to Mexico. And the best part is, it doesn't cost you a dime. It's free. So again, thank you for your support. I'm going to ask Phil to say a couple words. If you would.
Thank you very much. You know, that's really dangerous telling a politician that he can say a couple words. So I understand you want me to talk for an hour, is that right? No, seriously, I'm an early enthusiast. My son actually introduced me to Tesla on the internet long before any of the cars were available. I have what I think is the third Tesla in Oregon, the signature red car over here, which I got in October of last year. I'm a member of the Oregon House of Representatives. During the session that we just finished, I drove this car every day from Eugene to Salem and back with no problems, no difficulties, no concerns at all. It was fun to drive. It still is. I got out of a couple of scrapes. You know, when you drive that much, you're going to find yourself in odd situations on the highway. Because you can accelerate really fast in this car, you can get out of situations that other cars would be in an accident in. And rather than describe them, I'll just tell you that. I don't speed, but there were times when I got going pretty fast because I needed to. This car can manage it, and it does it really well. It works great in bad weather. It works great in good weather. When I got home, I'd have 100 miles left on the charge. I'd plug it in, and the next morning, it was ready to go again. So it is absolutely fabulous car. I want to talk about one other topic quickly. Oregon is committed as a state to alternative fuel vehicles, especially electric vehicles. The Oregon Electric Highway is now runs all the way from the north to the south. It includes the coast. It goes over to Bend. It's not so great for the Tesla, but it's really wonderful for the shorter range cars like the Leaf and some of the others that are in place. And we have locations in place now so that it will be possible to add other components that will allow charging. The is the key to the adoption of electric vehicles. Tesla is to be congratulated for the fact that we're going to be able to get to San Francisco on Turkey Day. Aren't they?
Yeah.
They really are. Elon Musk has thought ahead about what it is that needs to happen in order for the electric vehicle to become the mainstream vehicle. I have absolutely no concern about that. I read somewhere recently that somebody said that by 2017 we will have reached the tipping point, and at that point it will be very hard to sell a vehicle that isn't powered with electricity. That may be true. I certainly hope it is. 40% of our carbon dioxide going into the atmosphere comes from internal combustion engines in Oregon. 40%. And that's including the fact that in the north, 75% of the power for at least one of our big power companies comes from coal. So you add those things all together, you realize the need for that. Then I want to talk just briefly about how that works with the Oregon economy. The economy in Oregon sends out every year something in the neighborhood of $8 to $9 billion, that's billion with a B, dollars, to pay for oil, to pay for gasoline, that we don't have here in Oregon. What could we do if we kept that $8 or $9 billion right here, used it to create jobs in Oregon, to improve the economy right here, and we didn't have to import that oil anymore? Wouldn't that be fantastic? So that's where we're headed. That's what this is about. That's why Elon Musk, his vision, the Tesla Motor Company, and their vision is so important to the development of Oregon. And oh, by the way, if you haven't got one yet, go drive one. I think you'll have to have one after that.
Right. Good job.
Thank you very much. Mr. Olson. Greg's here representing Elmer's today, and we'd like to say a few words.
Actually, I'm here on behalf of my brother who couldn't be here. He's in China adopting a child right now. And this is the speech that he wrote, so I'm just going to read it. And everyone, bear with me. In 1863, men across the country were aggressively driving spikes into the ground in a grand effort to create the first transcontinental railroad system. When completed, it chiseled a place in history and changed our country forever. 150 years later in Woodburn, Oregon, Tesla is driving their own kind of spike. Make no mistake, Tesla is making history right now before our eyes, and it will forever change how we navigate our roads. I'm deeply honored to be part of it. Tesla Motors has done an outstanding job assembling a team of professionals that have made the installation of the infrastructure a very enjoyable experience. First of all, I'd like to thank Tesla Motors, specifically Greg Kalman and Douglas Alfaro, for choosing our parking lot. I would like to personally thank Portland General Electric, specifically Stan's sister, Rick Durst, Dale Garcia. These chargers would not be here if it were not for them. The city of Woodburn simply could not be easier to work with. I'm grateful. Frank and the Tesla Motor Club, thank you for photos and updates on in my absence. You guys are great. And last but not least, if someone from Tesla can give Elon Musk a personal message from me and tell him to get some sleep. This world and Mars cannot afford him to not be dreaming.
Good job. Way to go, Eric.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Well, enough talking. Mr. Barnhart, if you would come back up, Miss Milne. And Mr. Olson, if you want to come back up, we will do some ribbon cutting and we'll get you guys charging.
While he's coming up, I'd love another hand for Elmer's. This having businesses like them willing to put up these kind of facilities is absolutely critical to what we're doing.
So one thing real quickly, County Commissioner Ms. Milne, if you...
Thank you. I just want to thank Tesla and Elmer's and the Olsons for being out in front to do this. Welcome to Woodburn. This is my hometown. I represent Marion County, and we are so pleased to have this here. It's fantastic for economic development in the area, our tourism, and our local businesses. Thank you so much.
And thank you for your support. Thank you for coming here.
Gotta do this. They're right up here. Set. Go. Hey!
Good job, Greg.
Cut the big ribbon. Oh, you know, it's got to be unlocked.
Yep. Right.
Gotta unlock the car before it works.
Yes, sir.
There it goes. All right. Now push that button.
I know, but I think they're busy working on something else.
Thank you, everyone, again. What's that? 36. Great. Let's get some charging going.
Where are the next ones going to be put in?
There's one in Folsom right now.
I know. That's too far. So you need one like this.
I can't disclose. Yeah. We have two going between here